run through this.
Here are two truths that you might want to hear today.
Colleen Ballinger did a ukulele.
I'm constantly. What is your we never speak of this again story? It was my ex-husband's lowest point in his life, but it was pretty funny from my point of view. My ex-husband had to have thyroid surgery a few years ago. We were still married.
Have you ever killed another? My aunt hit my mother. What happened to the family member? I've been dating parents. What? My wife. I had intimacy. Admitted. What? My girlfriend. When was the moment? I think I finally told my father's evangelizing friend that I hated. But ex-girlfriend. What's the most unexpected? That was so good. My wife told me someone else. Have you ever shown your best friend my cat? What did your psycho ex do? They're not too deep. They made me both frustrated. My wife
Gamers, y'all been on TikTok the past year? There's a lot going on there, from in-depth skits about Ohio, to selling fake pearls on live, to appropriating AAVE.
All the TikTok girlies are saying to do it, so I got one.
There's really something for everyone. I think we've really come great lengths from lip-syncing on Musical.ly, but today I'm not here to talk about any of that. If you've been on TikTok recently, or even any of the other social media versions of TikTok, then chances are you've seen Minecraft parkour footage behind r/mi posts from Reddit. They could also be other miscellaneous popular subreddits like Ask Reddit or No Sleep, and this is typically narrated by an AI voice. This can also extend to just ripping other memes from other social media networks. What's that about, huh? These posts do abnormally well analytics-wise, and this is surprising considering it should be niche, Minecraft and subreddits. And while obscene or obscure or just plain funny Reddit stories will make their way onto Twitter sometimes, it's unaccompanied by music, motion graphics, or Minecraft parkour. This is because TikTok has presented a unique opportunity for young people growing up on the app desperate for clout to follow every trend in hopes that they feed the algorithm enough for the next one to be the one. You can make the argument that YouTube instills a similar feeling, but because of the blink and you miss it trend cycles and the accessibility to other people's lives on TikTok, this runs far deeper than ever before in terms of the shifting landscape of content creation. The FYP on TikTok really seems to nail it, honestly, with minimal personal training. But everyone I talk to who was regularly on this app has come across these Reddit story Minecraft parkour cultural anomalies, despite having very different interests, seeking very different kinds of content. More recently, Minecraft parkour has departed its stomping grounds and helped shape the AI president's meme format. But what's most interesting about this phenomenon is not its long-lasting popularity and not even its frequent virality, but the black market-esque economy of these types of videos. And I'm not using economy here as a metaphor or as a placeholder for another word with less weight and implications. I mean a literal gig economy surrounding this genre of incredibly popular content. Why? When I began doing research for this video, I tried looking for a video or an article covering the origins of this trend, but to no avail. Which leads me to believe that this content emerged relatively organically and continues to evolve into new forms naturally. Or does it?
TikTok's origin story.
Okay, so as I mentioned briefly in the intro, accounts dedicated to posting screenshots of subreddits isn't original or novel. I won't be diving too deep into the waters of these accounts on Twitter, but just know that they're there, and Twitter has been around since 2006. Reddit predates both Twitter and TikTok, so A, there is endless content from over 15 years of users to explore and exploit, and B, reinforces the idea that we have become inundated with different social media sites only to recycle the same content. TikTok first found its mega popularity around 2019, just a year or so after a company named ByteDance Limited changed the app's name from Musical.ly to TikTok and rehauled the app's purpose. It's important to remember that TikTok is only coming up on 5 years this year. That is an app toddler. TikTok just graduated from the high chair at Chili's. I think people often forget just how new this app is, and the thing is, I don't blame you. The mega influence of this app on our culture, shopping habits, trend cycles, communication, and media at large cannot be understated. And while TikTok did enter the mainstream in 2019, the COVID-19 pandemic the following year in 2020 really sent the trajectory of this app into the stratosphere. And what's so irritating is that it got my ass too. You remember whipped coffee? I had that probably every day from April to September. That is not a joke, and it is not an exaggeration. By no means is TikTok the first short-form content app either. Vine reigned supreme from 2013 to 2016, showcasing 7-second videos, and then in 7 seconds, it was dead too. And while Vine was popular and produced some very popular YouTubers and figures in pop culture, the 7-second limit, lack of monetization implementation, and lack of personalization for the user landed Vine in an early grave. Towards the end of Vine's life cycle, however, Musical.ly was introduced to the scene. Now, I remember Musical.ly only because my 10-year-old cousins at the time absolutely loved it. It served a different function than Vine. It was a true lip sync app. And the clientele, from what I could tell, seemed to be exclusively washed-up Vine stars and 10-year-olds. So TikTok has come a very long way in a very short amount of time, usurping other popular social media apps as the dominant online time suck. What's driving this insane amount of traffic, not only in terms of consumers, but creators? Why does TikTok's daily average screen time use blow every other platforms out of the water? What is making this app TikTok? Even.
People who took revenge on their bully. What happened? Eric kept a Gatorade in the side pocket of his book bag for lunch every day. Eric had had enough of his Gatorade being taken and had put a few drops, half a bottle, of Visine in the Gatorade before he came to school.
Yeah, it's probably this.
What's going on?
So we've established that introducing content from Reddit onto another social media platform is nothing new, especially since nobody really wants to be on Reddit. And kind stranger, let me tell you, not everything that glimmers is gold, because this content is capital L lazy. And I think in this particularly precarious time where there is no legislation or regulation on AI, this is a slippery slope. I actually feel like these Minecraft parkour Reddit story times were the breeding ground for the absolutely ADHD adult Cocomelon brain off Family Guy, slime, Subway Surfers, and all abominations that the algorithm loves so much. There's an utter loss of design and intention in the implementation of this content because it is so formulaic and easy to replicate. Not to sound all boomer, but because it is significantly easier to be seen by a whole lot of strangers than ever before in a pressure cooker full of impressionable youth desperate for online recognition, it has de-incentivized time spent on creation. This is unnegotiably linked to quality because I don't think the people behind these accounts are extracting any joy from creation. And that is one of the most human things that is slowly being rinsed, washed, and repeated in the pursuit of virality, clout, and financial gain. But let's take a look at some of these accounts and see if my soapboxing is warranted here.
Am I the a-hole for yelling at my girlfriend to stop effing eating? I'm 26 and my sister is 23. I can't stand looking at my bakery business and she's been struggling lately to keep up pretty much as the title says, but I'll provide some context. She does a lot of orders that sucks about being a man. I have several female friends that work hard in school and they got prestigious jobs, but the thing about prestigious jobs is that they're doing a lot of long hours. They may really
Hey, are you okay? Stay with me. Your eyes glazed over and you haven't moved. Please, get it together. I'm doing a video here. I want to make it clear that this video isn't a content cop any individual account. This is a deep dive into this cultural phenomenon and what exactly goes into this genre of content. These videos are mostly indistinguishable from one another anyway, and that's the issue. But the thing is, it wasn't always this way. Most of the major accounts that have the biggest followings have been cultivating their audiences for about a year and a half now. Prior to Parkour, these accounts typically would use stock footage of nature's wonders, so we're talking forests, space, soothing environments, water features. These did pretty well, but personally speaking, I can't recollect a time where these came across my For You page once. And to my knowledge, no one in my circle had ever seen them either. We begin to see a little experimentation with mobile games, like those random shitty mobile games you get ads for on Instagram. You'll still see bits and pieces of this era today, but I would say it's much more rare and self-aware. Like it was a deliberate marketing choice to go with this random game no one's ever heard of and wouldn't dare touch. I have an inkling that game companies partner specifically with these creators for that reason, but I can't really prove that right now. After that creative dabble though, we finally begin to see Minecraft. The earliest recorded Minecraft parkour Reddit stories combination that I could personally find was in February of 2022, effectively ushering in a new era of what constitutes as stock footage. It's difficult to tell just how many accounts were made after this initial instance predicated on delivering this type of content. But just a few months later, it was revealed in a Vice article that several of these larger accounts were all part of a content farming Discord who shared ways to make easy, profitable content quickly with little effort. It's really interesting to read this article now in the summer of 2023 because it seems there were a couple of schools of thought on how to cobble these things together. Bots to scrape Reddit to gather material, individually choosing stories and taking the top stories on the front page of Reddit, then using Google's text-to-speech capability or free websites that handles the conversion for them, and then just ripping the Minecraft parkour from YouTube, buying from Fiverr, or using non-copyrighted sites. Okay, I didn't know when to bring this up, but several of the key Minecraft parkour Reddit accounts have a business email in their bio. And you may be thinking, okay, and what bitch, so do you. If you take a look here, this isn't Gmail, this is jaamediamarketing.com. I was like, that's weird. That can't be a coincidence. Let me just go ahead and Google this email address. Literally, what the hell is going on? JAA Media Marketing, or John Ealing and Associates, is a UK-based creative digital marketing agency claiming to boost businesses with ad management and media buying. And I figured out they were UK-based not because of the very clear British domain and number here, but because on their Twitter, they were talking about King Charles' coronation like it mattered. They only update Twitter every month or so, but where they're really thriving is LinkedIn. Look at the slogan, underdogs. You are not the size of your budget. You are the— oh, should I be doing this in a British accent? Underdogs. You are not the size of your budget, you are the scale of your ambition. We deliver real bite while making your media work hard in the face of adversity. We think smart, move fast, and do different. Every underdog will have their day. Seize yours with JAI. So one of two things is happening. Either this agency has reached out to several of these accounts and partnered with them to streamline revenue and obviously get a cut, or potentially buy them out, and there may not be real people behind the scenes at all. Just a social media team, batch editing the same thing every day and posting it to all their accounts via Sprinkler or some shit. Hi, me again. So just a few days of research after finding that out, I decided to actually pop the largest Minecraft Parkour Reddit stories account into Old Faithful. Yes, the Wayback Machine. To see if I could uncover when exactly this potential acquisition actually happened. There were only 3 results here, and TikTok notoriously is not being digitally archived as well as some other major sites, so I wasn't feeling confident. I figured the first entry wouldn't be of too much interest to us since we have our sort of time frame of reference, but the second entry, the second one here from May 5th of 2022, we see something different than what is currently in the bio. A link tree. And on that link tree, we see a link to a TikTok Tips Discord. Does a certain TikTok Tips Discord server sound familiar? Ring any bells for anybody? Because yes, this is in fact the same content farming Discord mentioned in the Vice article from April of 2022. So I obviously joined. And I can say confidently, this is pretty much exclusively guys who have made a killing off of doing very little, with little to no passion in their hearts, all in the pursuit of financial capital. Because hustle culture courses through their anonymous veins. They know this content is unethical and have relatively frequent conversations about it, or did back in 2022 when all of it was popping off. But things get even more interesting because remember when I said there were 3 entries in the Wayback Machine? Because the third entry from March 25th of 2023, yes, that is right, this year, contains this person's assumed personal business email rather than the JAA Media Marketing one. Meaning this move from more or less, I'm assuming, solo content to a social media marketing team has occurred very recently, like within the last few months to be exact. Why now? And how did this specific social media agency get involved and buy up so many of these accounts? And for what ultimate purpose? Just short-term revenue? Either way, I thought this was something worth mentioning because I think it speaks to that soulless lack of design I was talking about earlier, and this disingenuous corporatization of content. Anyway, back to you, Original K. By summer of 2022, someone by the name of Coding with Lewis created an open source bot that automates this entire process. As of the recording of this video, this repository has over 5,000 likes, which may seem like small peanuts or whatever the hell the saying is. Small dice? Potatoes. But this is posted on GitHub. So potentially over 5,000 people are using this bot to put out the exact same content. Another bot like this has also been created as of this year, but I wanted to talk about a few of the points that Lewis hits on when he describes what he learned from posting this online.
But what truly motivates me is the people who see something bigger in this project. Some people on my Discord channel think that it can be used as a way to automate almost all forms of low quality content. This also presents another issue that people had with my bot. By creating a bot that automates the process of making lower quality content, I am essentially saturating the market with this low quality content. My thought process is a little different. You can create this type of content on your phone if you needed to. My point of making this was to help people learn to code by coding something they would see practical. If this low quality content exists, then it will always exist, even if I made a bot for it or not.
If the people who saw something bigger than just the creation of these videos can only come up with other low quality, as he calls it, and we know it's shit, then what is the point? His answer to this seems to just be, hey, well, that's gonna exist anyway, despite acknowledging that this will oversaturate the market. And this is not me advocating for overproduction and an investment into what is traditionally called high art content at all. But he's sort of warping this perspective and justifying what he's contributed to it by saying, oh, well, I'm just a cog, essentially, without taking responsibility for creating something that literally just automates this entire process and makes what little work there was to be done in the first place no work. He also claims that he made the bot to help people learn to code by coding something practical. But earlier remarks that the amount of people who mentioned wanting to code something after having seen the video in the bot surprised him. So what's happening here is Lewis is being dishonest about his intentions with the bot. Okay, this is just a dude getting his bread and he made it open source so that everybody can work less and earn more. You're all about that. I am not about autonomously generating cash cows so that techie dude bros can sit back, push a button, and rake in the dough while small artists suffer. But it's happening. And people like Lewis aid it to happen. And ever since then, this content has been everywhere, amassing hundreds of millions of followers across tens of thousands of social media accounts across all platforms, accruing billions of likes and tens of billions of views. It's really impossible to tell just exactly how many accounts are all out there. I tried, math was never my subject. But you know what, even after everything we've learned about these accounts and where they come from, against my better judgment, maybe we should just give this a shot, right? So let's deconstruct this like a gastropub in a gentrified neighborhood would a mac and cheese.
The experiment.
There are three elements to these videos: Minecraft parkour, screenshots from Reddit and/or moving captions, and lastly an
AI voice to read the story.
Which of these is most integral to the brand? Well, let's run some tests. If I were to make a Minecraft parkour Reddit story, I would start with the story, right? It seems like the most logical. So let's go to the ever-faithful Hallmark subreddit r/Am I the Asshole. Now, Am I the Asshole is not the only subreddit that people poach from, but I would actually argue that it's more compelling than what's been popping off most recently, which is just sort of increasingly more nothing questions from r/Ask Reddit. Other niches like r/No Sleep do exist, which is actually even more problematic in my mind because these are actual pieces of creative fiction that people write and have not given consent to be used. And I would also be remiss not to mention potentially the most problematic source content, which is that of not safe for work content. And a big portion of these videos are honestly not safe for work. Furthermore, it is a point of discussion amongst those who make this kind of content that stories with sensitive adult content perform better analytically. I'm bringing this up because there are minors on TikTok, famously children and teenagers, who will be roped in by Minecraft parkour and are immediately hit with questions about kinks or sex. People obviously reply with their experience and comment, and according to an Internet Safety for Kids website, half of these comments are from teenagers. Again, this is something that these accounts are cognizant of and rarely, if at all, actually use the NSFW content filter that TikTok has in place to protect minors, because it kills performance. Personally, couldn't be me. I think I've found the perfect story, actually. Now let's chop this up to fit it into 60 seconds. An Insider article from September of 2022 observes that these videos are typically actually much longer in length compared to the average 21 to 34 second TikTok, ranging in length from 60 seconds to 180 seconds. When you search how to make Reddit TikTok videos on YouTube, there are about 20 videos of almost exclusively the same kind of guy, making the same kind of face in the thumbnail, promising you riches and clout. And these videos themselves, more or less, do very well. Especially Mr. Millionaire Mindset here. Look out, folks, he's got the mindset of a millionaire. Don't let him loose. And when you search for Minecraft parkour background or gameplay, there are a lot of results. Hour-long compilations, accounts dedicated to being used in other people's content and specifically marketing to be used in the creation of these other videos. Some explicitly saying they do not need credit or payment. This is a literal economy and not some marketplace of ideas bullshit. These giant accounts need no fuss content, and these people are just posting it online for free, expecting nothing in return. You'll also see accounts like this on TikTok directly. And actually, before all this blew up, some people would just post their Minecraft parkour gameplay raw, because that's what they did. That was their niche. That's what they enjoyed doing and wanted to share it with people. Once this blew up, their content was being reposted with no accreditation, no payment, and no consent. This virality happened overnight, so you have people like this user named dat_zebra on this one Reddit thread lamenting that people began expecting Reddit stories from him because he would just post regular Reddit parkour, and people were confused because they were expecting a whole Reddit story. Hi, so Editing K here. I am just using my phone for this, so I'm sorry if the audio is shit, but I decided to reach out to dat_zebra on a whim because his comment really stuck with me. So originally there was only one account who used his content, but he was okay with it. Then, once his content was stolen first, everybody started stealing it without accreditation, without permission, without any acknowledgement whatsoever. This obviously hurt Zebra, so he turned downloads off, and then people started getting pissy with him, and it didn't stop people from stealing his content. So he began to copyright strike some of these people, and only about one of them got through, which made the biggest Minecraft Parkour Reddit Stories account, who we know to be Reddit.stories, who we know is the admin of the TikTok Tips, now TikTok Automation Discord, by the way, and also part of JAA Media Marketing Agency, is the one who bullied him, is the one who harassed him, who is also in charge of Reddit.woman. And I just don't think that's okay. I just don't think that's an appropriate way to respond to a smaller creator, and I don't think that's an appropriate way to respond to someone who you're stealing content from. He has no remorse and tried to pay Zebra off, and when Zebra responded that it wasn't about the money, he got even more pissy, and it killed Zebra's content. It killed Zebra's heart. That is a real person who is suffering at the hands of this mass-produced bullshit, nonsense, nothing content. Go follow Zebra. So I'm thinking, for our purposes, let's not steal from anybody and actually just pay someone on Fiverr to do it, because I don't know how to do it. I would if I could. And honestly, I want to see if it makes a difference from just like a regular YouTube rip. So we've got a little over 40 results here, but pure pristine Minecraft parkour gameplay results appear to be somewhere around 15 options. These range in price, anywhere from $5 to $60, typically beginning at 30 or 60 seconds of footage to 60 full minutes of gameplay, differing between maps, flow, shaders or effects added, and time breakdowns both uninterrupted and TikTok length. But it's typically the latter. Some offer the whole package, and you can even pay a little extra money to expedite the delivery of these clips or remove a watermark if it has one. Overall, honestly, the crediting requirements seem to be ambiguous, but since there's an established monetary transaction going on here along with clear direct communication, it's a little more kosher, right? Oh, okay. I'm liking the sound of Chuck. I will film expert Minecraft parkour footage for your YouTube or TikTok video. I can provide content from a variety of maps, and I'm very skilled at parkour. I like that. Great flow. All right, let's take a look at some of the reviews that Chuckster_2, the full name for Chuck, by the way, Chuckster_2. Mark from Croatia is rating it 5 stars. Thank you. Actually, all of Chuckster2's ratings are 5 stars. 10 out of 10 I'd recommend. I don't know. I'm liking Chuck. While I chatted up with Chuck to figure out the specifics, I think it's time we turn our attention to the evolution of this trend.
The metification of Minecraft parkour Reddit stories tangent.
The prophecy of becoming meta has actually made this trend fun. There has been genuine creative usage of Minecraft parkour in sketches and jokes just because of this phenomenon's grasp on our collective necks. I think these are so effective because there is an understanding between the creator and the viewer that even though this market has been oversaturated, it sucks you in. It feels like we've been clockwork orange. It's kind of nuts, but the acknowledgement of that fact subverts our expectation, which creates something unique, which in and of itself is differential to the source content. What I think is really interesting is that there's this sort of missed opportunity to convey valuable information within this format, since if nothing else, it glues your eyes to the screen. Hassan Abi at one point got in on the joke, and he posted a few TikToks about labor rights and BLM, and the one discussing BLM got removed for hateful conduct. If this content is going to be around, and it is, I kind of think Hassan actually had the right idea here. Like, imagine you're at your relative's house and Fox News is on and Sean Hannity is ranting and raving about how Mexican immigrants are transing your unborn babies or something, as he does. And on the right side of the screen is just continuous stream of Minecraft parkour. I fear that would actually be a good tactic for recruitment. But anyway, especially with the full automation of this process being available to anyone, I think there is space for real influence here beyond promoting hustle culture and taking from other people to get ahead.
The experiment results.
Okay. Chuckster2 and I have been talking, and honestly, seems like a perfect match. I'm ready to make an offer. I even feel like there's opportunity to work with Chuck in the future just because they were so professional and kind. So big shout out to Chuck, Chuckster_2 on Fiverr. And just to be clear, I did ask Chuckster2 if it was okay to display our DMs in this video, and they agreed because Chuckster2 is me. Yeah, that's right. Chuckster_2 aka Chuck was a plant. My two friends who have played Minecraft their whole lives have been selling their high-quality Minecraft parkour to people who make Minecraft parkour Reddit stories content, all for this moment in my video right here, right now. Oh, and Chuckster2 has yielded great success. Honestly, none of us were even really expecting much traction here, but the fish were biting. Oh, they're biting. My friend put together this Fears for the Sizzle reel here, and honestly, there have been relatively steady clients ever since. These are the tags they were using: Minecraft parkour, TikTok stories, YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, Reddit stories. So Chuckster2 has filled 19 orders and made $340 since beginning this project. I'm not going to get into specific clients or how much each person asked for, but let's just say there is a market here. There is money to be made here, and there is still significant demand. And with that off of my chest, I think it's time we see the final product. My first attempt at a Minecraft parkour Reddit stories TikTok.
Ida for not tipping the bartender. I went to a bar and ordered a couple beers. The bill came which already added on 20 gratuity, but below that there was an additional tipping line. I didn't add anything else, but the bartender's demeanor changed the instant he saw the bill, and not for the better. A friend said that the tipping line is there for a reason and it was expected of me to add some more, so of course the bartender was in the right to be disappointed. But I was already paying nearly $40 for a couple of beers after taxes and tip, so I felt pretty justified in not adding any more.
So, what did you think? Is it distinguishable from the indistinguishable? Is it? Is it? Yeah, is it? I made that with the click of a button. Yeah, I used Lewis's bot. I got you again. Damn, that is really tough for you. I did actually go through the manual process of making one of these, like I said, but it wasn't fulfilling, probably to no one's surprise, and no, it really wasn't that different from anything I had seen before. And as I was scrolling the other day in my bed after a long day of scripting and researching, I come across this. A 24-hour live stream of non-stop Minecraft parkour Reddit stories content. I go to the account partnerships at jaamediamarketing.com. And then guess what? I come across another one a few days later. What's happening? This has to be the final boss of this content. It has to be the final iteration of this concept. Because this is white noise at this point, and it is available to view at any point of the day. And this is separate, by the way, from the regular daily posting of the same content. So this is where we're at.
Algoro.
The point of this video wasn't to cancel anyone or deter anyone who enjoys watching these from watching them. This kind of lazy content has always existed. This is just kind of its current monstrous iteration. But I think it's important to reckon with the fact that it radicalizes people who are just watching in passing that this is normal, that this is a normal quality produced at a normal rate with normal people behind the accounts. And it just isn't. I saw people in the comments of that live stream saying that they use it to go to sleep, and I saw someone else in the comments of another account asking if they took story requests, which I didn't know was a thing, and I'm sorry, is objectively funny. Like, these tech bro, hustle culture, Minecraft parkour, Reddit story guys or DJs. Yeah, play that one about how a guy shoved a gerbil up his ass. That's my favorite one. I love this song. It is clear that some have found personal attachments to this content, but I think it's way past time that we're critical of this content. And these people are anonymous for a reason. The anonymity cloaks intention and it blurs the lines between accounts, so it purposefully becomes ultra algorithm friendly. And I don't want TikTok or YouTube or Instagram to just become increasingly more content farmy. And I know, just scroll. It's not that serious. It was never that serious. Bro, just scroll. I do. I just began to question where all this came from, what actual work goes into these videos, and was shocked at the literal underground economy surrounding this genre of content. This isn't benevolent content when you look even a little into it. But if you just can't get enough of Minecraft parkour Reddit stories, then you're in luck, because there really is no short supply. Congratulations, you have made it to the end of the video, and as a special treat, you get to play Find the Funnelkaek. Leave a comment down below when you find it, but do not tell anybody where it is. Thank you so much for watching and liking this video. For every like, I will be giving a cookie to a Minecraft parkour map maker. Take care of yourself, come again real soon, and am I the asshole for making a half-hour-long video essay about Minecraft parkour Reddit stories?
I, 25F, have a YouTube channel where I do deep dives into games and media.
So I see, wonder why they kill me. I'm just mining in water, I just fell in a hole. Now I'm crying every server I go on. Yeah, it's inspiring. Minecraft, 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 Minecraft. I'm just mining.